So I would like to introduce Loreana Acosta. Loreana is a business consultant who specializes in creating profitable fitness businesses. Lo is originally from Costa Rica and is a national team representative powerlifter and personal trainer. She began her career in the finance industry, and when she moved to Dubai, she was able to combine her passion for fitness with her expertise in business and finance as a consultant, creating original fitness business concepts and following through all the way to execution. Now based in Montenegro and supporting global projects, I am thrilled to present Loreana.
Here I am. Thank you so much, Jess. Thank you for having me and for this amazing introduction. So, well, let me share my screen now, because of course, I'm sure that everybody wants to see what are we going to share today, right? They want the meat.
I'm gonna
go. So, Jess is gone. Oh my God. I cannot share my screen. Why? I need permission, Jess. Okay, now I have permission. Perfect. Beautiful. So let's go here. Great. So thank you everybody for joining. As Jessie mentioned, if you cannot watch us live right now, you can get the reply by your emails, and of course we will be more than happy to answer your questions later on. So why are we here today? The secret to a successful startup. All right, so what are the steps that we need to actually start a business? And you know, always we get very excited about our ideas, we get very excited about new projects, and very confused at the same time. We are like, okay, oh no, I don't know where to start. So, well, here I am just to give you a little bit more of guidance where to get all the ideas that are here and put it on a paper, or transmit those ideas in a way that people can understand what you want to do, okay? So as I just mentioned, how a business starts, it starts by an idea. And there is no good or bad ideas. It depends on how you analyze everything that is in your mind and how you polish this idea and how you present it to make it work. So I never say to someone, no, this won't ever work. Oh no, it's a terrible idea. Don't waste time on it. There is always ways to make it work. So this is very important to always keep it in mind. Then, with who are you going to share this idea? That's another point that is very important, because normally the first people that we are going to talk with is our friends and our family. And normally these are the people that won't support us in the way that we would like to. So we need to be very careful with who we are talking about these projects to get the right outcome. So next, why are you developing this idea? Your why is very important. And the main reason is, let's say you want to develop any project, you want to open a bakery. Will you wake up at 3 in the morning to work in your project? Answer yes or no. If your answer is no, definitely this is not your passion. This is not something that you're going to pursue. So here you need to think if you want to develop this project for the right reasons. Otherwise, it's very likely that you won't have the endurance to continue and develop it in the long term. More reasons, business opportunity. Of course, we want to make money. That's the main reason. Yes, I'm passionate about what we want to do. I want to solve people problems. I want to help others, but of course we want to make money. We don't need to have fear to express that, of course, we want to be successful. how you identify if there is a business opportunity, yes or no. I'm going to share with you a small case. This happened to me a week ago where I received a question. And this was from a lady, and she said, you know, I'm interested to open a yoga studio. I already identified the shop because it's in a building where everybody walk in and they ask, oh, where is the nearest yoga studio? So I think there is a lot of people interested and it's gonna be successful. If I ask you right now, is this a business opportunity, yes or no? What will you answer? Probably yes, because you said, okay, yes, I have the location, I have people interested, I just need to build it up. What about if I challenge you? And that's why I am here, and that's why I'm a consultant. And probably I will say, in that scenario, maybe it's not a good idea. And the reason being, right now we are still living in a pandemic time where we don't know where we are going to finalize with this story of social distancing, that we have to keep taking different measurements in each of the places where we operate. If we're talking about a yoga studio, we don't know, well, this is in this scenario, I don't know how big is the shop, but if in this studio I only can pack 2 people per hour, unfortunately, it's not profitable enough. Unfortunately, it's not a great idea. It doesn't matter if I have a queue of 1,000 people waiting to come in, because they won't be able to join because of social distancing strategies that we need to have in place right now. Now, as I mentioned before, it's not that I'm saying, no, this is not gonna work. It's how we find a way to actually make it function. Well, right now, you need to keep in mind to have different online platform, online solutions for your audience. So maybe you don't want to invest straight away in that shop and actually open a studio itself. But you can start with online classes, you can start building your brand, you can start building another concepts that are around yoga in this case, which is what we want to develop, that will help people. Mindfulness, balance with their lifestyles, habits, so on and so on. So there is a way to create, to deliver a solution to my audience, maybe not physically yet, or why not, we can also offer personal training solutions where there is a coach that is gonna visit you in your home, is gonna visit you at work, and we're gonna do then the yoga class. So it's just to find way around, because you don't want to spend straight away a lot of money in rent, especially, well, if we're talking about the UAE, we know how expensive is the rent. So we need to find a mid ground of how to find the best solution for your business idea. Okay. So the next reason, money. If you are driven only for money, also, this is not gonna last. This is not enough powerful why to implement this business idea. And the next reason, family, is because it has been my family business and, well, I need to keep working on it, or it's because I have a lot of pressure from my parents. Oh no, you need to do something about it. If you are not truly connected to this idea, do not move forward, because probably it's not going to be as successful as we want it to be. Now, problem. What I mean with problem, to identify if your idea is something that people really is aiming to purchase from you, you need to solve a problem, right? So you may think, oh, I want to do cupcakes with a unicorn shape, but does it solve people's problem? No, it may look fancy, may look pretty, but is nothing relevant. So how I make my unicorn cupcake relevant to people? What about, and I make a very efficient service where in the neighborhood where my shop is located, I can offer delivery where you order in the morning, by the afternoon, you have it ready. And I can customize my unicorn to you. So for instance, I want to congratulate my friend that is pregnant. So I'm gonna make a cupcake with a unicorn that is pregnant. I'm gonna add some balloons. I'm gonna add a nice card. So I got a bundle and give all this package for this client. So now I'm offering a full solution. It's not only that it's fancy, it looks good, it's innovation, it's actually giving some extra value to my clients. So you need to make sure you are relevant and that you are actually solving the problem of other people. Then, what is your unfair advantage? And this is very common in marketing, a term that people uses a lot. So your unfair advantage is, what are your superpowers? So whatever business you want to develop or whatever idea you want to develop, what are you doing different to others? What make you stand from the market? These are questions that you can do to yourself. And of course, it takes time to take a notebook or take your laptop, whatever you feel more comfortable, and write down all your ideas. What are my skills? What is my story? What is my knowledge? Why I am different to others? And I'm talking about you because yourself is your brand, is your business. And this is how it's gonna reflect to escalate in the future. Then, very important, who is your niche? So of course, when we open a business, we are very ambitious and you said, yes, my product or my service is so good that I'm gonna serve everybody. This may not be a very good idea. So we don't want to cover the whole entire world. We want to be very specific. That's why, yes, it's a panda, it's an alien, it's a chat. Who is my niche? To who I'm gonna offer this product and service? So probably you're gonna say, yes, oh, there is too many competition. There is a lot of people already thinking about it, already a lot of people doing the same, but your product, your brand is yourself, and the way that you present it is gonna be very different to others, and you're gonna resonate to them very different. So instead of thinking, I'm gonna serve everybody, just let's niche down a little bit and say, okay, how can I make this a little bit more personalized, go to a smaller group, but be very relevant and important to this smaller group. Now, I'm gonna come with a statement, and I know you have heard this statement before. Start now, get better later. Is this true? Yes or no? Right. I don't think you will like my answer, but the answer is yes and no. So yes, start now in a sense that we need to put the work on, remove all doubts, all fears that you have in yourself. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be successful. I don't know if this is a great idea. Should I implement it now? We are in the middle of the pandemic. Oh no, a lot of things going on. Yeah, my recommendation is always start now. There is things that you can improve in the future. For instance, you want to improve how your website performs. You want to improve, if you are in a restaurant, the menu, you want to offer more options to your customers. You have been in the market already for 3 months, you receive feedback, you can always work on it, always implement. You don't have to be absolutely perfect from the beginning. The main idea, you need to show up. You need to let people know, I am here, I have something for you, I have a solution, let's move on. But be very careful. And then we have the second statement. You don't want to scale a broken system. And this happens very often in any business in any field, you are not prepared or 100% prepared. Why? We are very excited. Yes, I want to open this business. I need to make it now because I need to start making money. And we forget to cover all the details that we need to succeed. So what happened, you have heard it before, you convert yourself in a firefighter. A lot of issues start happening on monthly basis, weekly basis. You receive complaints from your clients and you have no longer more solutions for these complaints. You just run around and try to cover what is happening at the moment. Very overwhelmed, and of course, it's very difficult to move forward in this way. Also, if you are planning to scale a business, let's say we are talking about a beauty salon and you don't have enough team, or you didn't consider you have enough team. If you have a broken system, it's very difficult that you're gonna scale, that you can serve to more people, that you can give a better experience. So we need to keep a lot of things in mind. So all those things that we need to keep in mind, I'm gonna tell you right now. What is the system and what is the method that you need to start? Oh, by the way, what is that camera doing there? To open a business, and I like to do this comparison. Open a business is not like turn on the camera, record a video and upload it in YouTube. Doesn't work like that. There is a lot of planning. There is a lot of research. You need to do your homework and follow certain steps to then be prepared and said, okay, let's open. So it's not just about money. It's not just about to go to your parents, uncle, bank, or maybe your own savings and crack on. Let's go through these details. So what is the business blueprint? These are the 4 pillars where I feel are the most important to keep in mind all the aspects of any business in any field. The first one being competitive set study, then location assessment, a business plan, and financials. Business plan, very aware, people get very overwhelmed because it's too many details. And sometimes you ask yourself, should I do a business plan? I have the savings, I have, well, the capital available to start my business. Why I'm gonna do a business plan is to clarify all the ideas that are here on a paper and give it a structure and give it how are those ideas going to be delivered. So again, it's part of the planning. And then financials, I know is very, very scary for people. And normally when we recur to an accountant or to an expert in this field, we just see numbers everywhere, graphics, and it's very difficult to understand. Well, I don't know, is this business going to make money? Yes or no, right? So I'm just gonna give you a few bullet points that you need to consider. A lot of people forget to take these considerations into their financials, and then at the end of the day, they don't get the results they want to get. So let's start with competitors, of course, because, well, I would love to be like Elon Musk and just come to the market with an idea that hasn't been developed before, but it's very likely that you will come up with a business that already exists on the market. So we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. What I mean with the good, the bad, and the ugly, how you analyze your competitors. The good, of course, all the positive feedback. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If someone is doing something incredible good, why you don't apply the same concept to your business? Easy. It may be that this concept is not on your field. I'm talking as an example, you are on a restaurant. Possibly you want a solution for your restaurant and you have seen this solution working very well, for instance, in an online platform, in an e-commerce base, why not to transfer whatever idea that is in other field and put it in your business and make it work, right? So for instance, now that we are in a pandemic, and we think about restaurants, gyms, whatever, any public place, and you go to the bathroom and you think, oh my God, yes, I'm touching this, I'm touching that, I don't know if it's contaminated, la la la, and all these things that you may think. What about we have Alexa installed on the bathrooms, and you just tell Alexa, open the door, and she opened the door, you go to the bathroom and you do your thing, you don't need to touch anything. You know what I mean? So there is solutions that are available anywhere else that you can apply to your business, and why not? It can work pretty well. It's just about to be like, just have a little bit of imagination and see what you can bring. Very important, what are the features that people already like? What are they saying? What are they talking? Well, I like for me, it's important that the place is clean. So, okay, cleaning is something that I need to keep in mind. If I have a restaurant again, the food needs to look good, needs to taste good, and needs to be good value for money. What I mean with that, probably that is a very respectable quantity of food for the money I'm paying. So those are details that we need to pay attention of what the people in the market is telling about it. Innovation, of course, we want to bring fresh ideas, put in mind some solutions that we have seen in other countries, that we have seen in TV, and said, oh, why don't bring it into practice? Then what else we want to watch in our competition? The bad, of course. And the bad is actually something that you want to focus. Not because you want the negative thoughts against your competitors. No, it's because when you hear negative feedback of the clients of other businesses, you can then attack those problems and present a solution ahead. You know, you hear sometimes people say, I wish I have a crystal ball. There you go. This is your crystal ball. So you just listen what other people said. Oh, I don't know, this restaurant, they take ages to serve the food. That's one of the main complaints. All right. So I'm going to have a system in place for the people to receive their food faster. If they are not receiving their food faster, at least any of my team members is going to the table to check out on them, to offer a drink, even to offer a snack, something small, meanwhile the food comes. So people feel that they are attended, they are having an amazing experience. So analyze the negative feedback, analyze the complaints of others, and what is the perception in the market? What can you do better for them? And then the ugly is because worse than negative feedback is when the business is not working at all. And you know that the bad news normally run very, very fast. So of course, people is going to talk about this business. They are going to say, for instance, this beauty salon on terrible, the staff, they don't know how to do the nails properly. The communication is really bad. It's really expensive. It's not that clean. All the negative is going to run very, very quickly. And normally this happens, most of the people is going to comment because lack of management or because they didn't have the right manager. I wrote an article about this, and I don't always blame the manager, because the manager is there to make sure that the process are happening. But when you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy from the very first place, it's impossible that there is a process that is going to work. There is a lack of training of your team, there is lack of systems, and you have no more solutions for what is going on. So again, take into consideration everything the people said, put it on a paper, and find solutions ahead for each of those cases. What else we have? We have location, and you have here location, location, location. Of course, we want to make sure that the place where we want to open is going to be successful. How we ensure that? First of all, demand, the preference of the people who live in that neighborhood that we are interested to open, if they have preference and expectations for the product and services that you want to offer. You start talking with people. Again, if they are strangers, I feel that it's going to be better. You are going to receive like a very honest feedback if there is an interest. Like, I don't know, I want to open an ice cream shop, and people may say, no, in this neighborhood, we are not into ice cream. Or you want a vegan restaurant, or there is not enough vegans into this neighborhood. So no, probably we won't go there because we love meat. So all these sort of comments always is nice to analyze, receive feedback. If you can engage a company or find a way to run surveys, why not? You can go also to the different neighbors, do focus groups, and just throw away a few questions without disclosing too much information, but just to get those keywords that are going to tell you if people is expecting this product, this service, if they will buy it or not. Readiness is the acceptance of the concept. It's easy to understand, it's easy to consume, or I don't know what you mean, I don't know what you're bringing. And again, this happened because we see great ideas, maybe in other countries, maybe in movies, and we want to bring them to the place where you live. But what happens if people is not ready? Of course, they won't consume it. Or if the market don't provide what you need to deliver this service. I'm going to give you an example. As Jessie mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, I'm currently based in Montenegro. There is a concept that initially was designed to be implemented in Dubai. And well, this concept had like a recovery hub, and part of the service is cryotherapy, okay? But what happened? Okay, there is no cryotherapy in Montenegro. That could be a very good idea. What happened if we don't have how to get the supplies and the maintenance for the machines to perform cryotherapy? So what about I have supplies for a month, and then I had a lot of people come into my business, and then it's over. Oh, oops, I don't have any more, and I have to wait 2 months to receive more supplies. I have to close. So imagine how that reflects on my business. So you need to make sure that you have enough supplies to serve the clients that are going to come to your business, if the country, the place where you are is ready for it, and if it's something that people will really receive very well. Then feedback. When you are very excited about your business idea, you want only to talk about it, right? And sometimes we forget to listen others. And their feedback is very important, because sometimes people come up to you with small comments, small phrases that actually resonate, and you said, oops, I didn't think about it before. I'm gonna take it into consideration. So listen what others said, listen what others with a different point of view will come to you, and be open to that feedback. Next, right, business plan. I guess people get like really headaches and bad experiences from uni every time that they read business plan, because it's a lot of information. You imagine a block like this of papers with stuff written on it, a Word document, and you're like, I'm not interested to do this because it's the very boring part of a business. However, is the core of it, is is the strategy. How are we going to make sure that this is going to work and that we are covering everything that we need? So there is 8 points that for me are the most important to take into consideration. Mentioning, well, executive summary, where you're going to explain what are your products, what are your services, like very, very clear. This is what I'm going to offer. What are your goals with this business? And what are your expectations of success? Then we have the opportunity, and is what I mentioned at the very beginning of the webinar, problem and solution. What is your niche or avatar or persona? These are synonyms of the same term. Who is the person, who is the people you are serving? What are their concerns, their struggles, their problems, and what is the solution you are offering? This is the core, this is basic, like really important for any business. And again, who are your competitors? Company description, values, ambition. This is so, so important. Let me tell you why. Values is what you stand for as a person, but whatever you do as a person on a business, it really reflects. You can engage others to support you and to make something really big, to really escalate, to help others. So the only way that you can inspire, that you can keep motivated a team, that you can keep people coming to your business is by your values. Why? Because if we connect to each other and we say, oh, I like what this individual is doing, I like what that business is doing, I stand for the same principles. Yeah, I want to connect myself with those services, I want to connect myself with that place. That's very important, because if you live those values and everybody in your team connect in the same way, of course, we're gonna build a harmony, and we are be able to build a very successful business. And trust me, members, clients, everyone perceive when those values are very, very strong, and when they want to support this cause, trust me, they are gonna perceive it. If it's all over the place, people won't connect with you and will say, there is something weird in this business that I don't like too much. I rather go to the competition, right? Even ourselves, we comment like that before, so keep it into consideration. Next point, organization. Very important. How many team members do I need to run this business? And now keep it in mind that not always you have to keep the people on your payroll. Now there is very creative ways to run your business without having people on payroll. So you can hire people online to execute different small scopes of work that probably you need 1 time, 2 times in a while. So you don't have to really have this person on your payroll. Like, for instance, accounting. Maybe your business is a small business. I don't need an accountant to be on my payroll. So you just pay for a bookkeeper once a month just to do all my taxes or do all the details, and that's it. So just keep in mind exactly how many people you need. Don't undercut, but also don't overhire people that then is going to be very difficult to manage. Important job description, that people understand why they were hired in the very first place. It's very likely in any sort of business that people get hired from front of house and they end up doing the cleaning. Of course, people get demotivated. People get like, hold on, I wasn't hired to do this job. Why am I even doing this? So if you want your team to support you, your team to perform, it needs to be clear why they were hired for. So this gives them a guidance, and they give them an idea of how their career path will be with you. So this is very important to keep it clear, from the beginning. Same onboarding process. I have seen this many times. Because you hire, especially in the fitness industry, because you hire trainers doesn't mean that they know what they have to do. You will say, of course, they have to do training plans. They have to train people. It's obvious. But there is other elements that they also need help and they also need guidance. I'm going to give you an example on a gym. One of the main complaints of the trainers is, I don't have enough personal training business. So, and they always blame the gym. Oh, the gym is not helping. They are not doing the marketing. They are not bringing the leads. I have no business. But if you as a business, you give the tools to your trainers of how to talk to people, how to connect with the members to get this business, trust me, it's going to be completely different. And this is in any field. Just give to your team the tools they need to succeed. If they are successful, your business is also going to be successful. So think about that. The only way that you will be able to escalate is with a team. So take care of your team. Next point is a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you need to really analyze this idea, this business that you want to develop. Be very honest with yourself. Analyze each of the points. If you find that something is negative or you perceive it as a showstopper to move forward, find a workaround, find a solution. There is always ways to work around. Then we have marketing, very important. There is no way you can succeed. There is no way people will know you even exist if all these ideas are only here, or if you only use one channel to promote your business. There is something in marketing called omnipresence. And this is that sometimes, you know, when you are scrolling in Instagram and you said, oh, my phone is listening to me because I was talking about, I don't know, wipes or a red car, and suddenly I see ads everywhere about that red car, is what we call omnipresence. You receive information in your email, you receive information in Instagram, you receive information on Facebook, you see it on the street, people talk about it, and of course you put it on your mind, you are like, okay, I need a red car. So you want to be that person to your clients. You want to be that business for your people. You want to be everywhere. That resonate, repeat and repeat until people get convinced and say, yes, I want to go to this place. And you see it in the UAE when a restaurant open and is really like disruptive, is really like innovative, the food is really good. Or I'm gonna give you a very, very small example. In Jumeirah Road, we have this place with the coffees and they put a tiny donut on top of it. Just people started sharing this on social media and everybody went mental. They were like, I need to go to this place. I cannot miss out. So everybody were talking about it. Everybody wanted to be there. So this is exactly what you want to do with your business. You want to have a strategy. You want people to know that you exist. What is your solution to their problems? What is your offering? And be creative. Right now we have, yes, digital presence, but we also have the old school one, and we have word of mouth that is very, very powerful. Also, you need a sales strategy. This is going to be different depending on the type of business that we want to develop. So I'm not going to go into much detail here because, again, it depends on the nature of each of the business. Implementation. All right, yes, everything sounds amazing. Sounds amazing here. It looks pretty good on the paper. But if there is no a plan, there is no way that this is ever going to happen. And right now, it seems that everybody is into procrastination. Like you have to deliver something, you're like, oh no, I'm just gonna do it later, maybe tomorrow. Oh no, it's not urgent. It's not urgent. and you drag and drag and drag, because of course there is parts of this business idea that you need to execute and develop that are not so sexy, or you are not that good about it. So you just leave it, and it never happens. Make sure you have a list of milestones, different phases. Even if you really need to go in a small task that is gonna make it simple for you to move forward, and always add a timeline and respect those timelines. Like seriously, if there is no something really bad happening, try not to push it further and try to commit to it and make it happen. If there is potential setbacks, find these solutions. If something is going on your way, okay, find a solution, plan for it, assign a timeline, and make it happen. And number 8, the financial plan. That of course is the part where we get really scared and we are like, okay, let's see, let's talk money, let's see if this is even gonna work. So of course we have the initial budget. How much money do I need to start in the very first place? Basic P&L, which is profit and losses, product, services, the pricing, of course. So of course, when you have an Excel and you put all of this together, you need to play around. Of course, you need to think. You want to make money, but you don't want to go too greedy that people won't purchase from your services. But also you don't want to undervalue the services and the products that you are selling. You need to find something in between, and always think as your clients. If you will be the client, will you pay this amount of money? Yes or no? Is enough value? Probably for you, who is the person who is coming with this idea, you say, yeah, it's a lot of value in this product. Okay, find a way to put the message on a way that people perceive the value of this product, service, or facility that you are offering, that they will pay the price you want to assign to this product, service, or facility. Then break-even calculation. What do I need to make per month to break even? Break-even means that you can pay all your expenses, salaries. You're not making profit, maybe 1-2 dirhams, doesn't matter, but at least you're covering your costs. And sales projection. So you want to be conservative here. You don't want to go too crazy, because we never know how the market is going to react. You can have an idea, project, but let's try always to be conservative here. And the last part, financials. Well, I was already talking a little bit of financials. I mentioned also at the very beginning, I have seen the people underestimate how they do the P&L, and there is things that they say, oh, this is not much, oh, that is okay. But when you add from here, then it's thousands and thousands of dirhams, euros, or pounds, or whatever you want to mention, and you're like, oh no, I'm in troubles. So try to be as detailed as possible, even from the beginning, just to really cover everything that is possible. So number 1, we want to talk about monthly expenses. Rent, utilities, technology, if you are using a software, if you have an app, if you have an online platform, of course now for obviously reasons, more than before, cleaning services are very on top of those monthly expenses. We have staff, our team. We need to consider salaries. If you are in the UAE, of course, you need to consider the cost of their visas. If you are watching from another country and you hire locally, probably this won't apply. But also you need to consider, calculate, we call it calendarize, because you said, yes, holidays is a month holidays, I just had an extra month. Yeah, but from where? So that extra month, you need to divide it into the 12 months of the year and assign a small amount each month for this person to be able to go to holidays. Because otherwise, when the moment comes, you are like, I have no money to cover this. So keep it in mind. Commissions, of course, commissions sometimes apply, sometimes doesn't apply, depends of the nature of your business. Insurance, of course, if we have a physical facility, we don't want people to be on risk. We also want to consider that if something happens, if they get ill, that they are covered. And this is an extra benefit that really you want to offer to your team. End of gratuity provision, same. This is based on the labor law, almost, I'm sure, international, that you need, if you fire someone, you need to have this money available for them. Or if someone leaves, depends of the contract, depends of what you agree. If there is some amount to be paid, that amount needs to be there in reserve. So better to have an amount per month calendarized in case these scenarios happen. Then we have, of course, administration costs as usual, uniforms, stationery, Wi-Fi, of course. Wi-Fi now is so important. If you are online, in the online world, of course, you get crazy, frustrated if the Wi-Fi is not fast enough. Number one, if you have a physical place where you are offering a product or service, people want to have access to high-speed Wi-Fi. And this is a feature, this is something that you definitely want to offer. Marketing, as I said, it can be digital, traditional, events and promotions, the launch of your facility or the launch of your product. So people don't keep it in mind, just when the moment comes, oh, I have to pay for it, and from where? So keep it in mind also, this costs money and you need to have your money available, have quotations. If you're going to engage a PR company, is this PR company the right one to connect with your brand, again, with your values and with the message you want to transmit? Okay, is it worth it to pay for it? Do I have enough money to pay for it? Ask all those questions. Then we have, of course, finance. If I have to pay for a freelancer to be my accountant, if I have a very big business, better to have it on payroll because there is too many things that I need to attend. To see the taxes, if I have to calculate taxes in advance. Well, in the UAE, we have the advantage is only 5% VAT. In other countries, there is more taxes that we need to calculate. Then now, of course, people want to pay for most of the services online. They want to be able that if they go to your website, if they go to an app, doesn't matter if it's a restaurant, they just want to select what they want, pay, done, right? The only way we can do this is through a payment gateway supplier, which is a third party, and this costs money. It's no huge amount, as I mentioned at the beginning, is a percentage and extra cents per transaction. But if you don't consider those and if you don't project those expenses, again, it's gonna summarize, and it's going to be a lot of money that you didn't consider. And then, of course, bank fees, credit cards and debit cards, depends of the bank, or depends of which bank or company you have your POS, point of sale machine. To get the payments, you have different charges. So keep those in mind and try to do a projection based on the sales that you are already projecting on your P&L. Then contingency, people completely forget, oh no, everything is gonna be fine, nothing is gonna go wrong. Don't underestimate your business. Have always at least a 10% contingency plan from your expenses in case, sorry my French, shit happens. You have how to respond. You have how to, okay, I'm prepared, I'm ready, let's do this. Then we have return of investment. This is something I don't see often also in P&L calculations. What is the return of investment? It's not that, oh yeah, it's gonna take me 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years to get my money back. Is regardless, you have the capital available, or you are engaging a third party to give you that money, or you have a bank. Let's say, oh no, it's okay, I have to pay in 2 years' time, so I shouldn't be worried about it. No, you should. So it's better that you assign an amount on monthly basis that you take from your sales as a loan payment. Why? Because then you really, what you have in revenues is pure revenues, and you are covered, that you know that the money that you invest in this business is on a saving account. You are there recovering, and then done. Okay, I have my complete return of investment, my business is running, I have all my expenses covered, and I'm really, really making money. So don't try to assume, oh, it's gonna take year and a half, if I don't see the money back, doesn't matter. That's not the mentality we want to get. And the last point, the initial investment, of course. So what to consider in this initial investment? Of course, the rent. Remember that when you rent a place, it's not that, oh, I start my rent on August, but I'm gonna open only on December. So all these months, you need to cover them. Well, depends if you don't do the right negotiation with the landlord, but probably you have to pay for rent. And whatever place that you take, you need to do a fit out, because of course you need to do a renovation that goes according to your brand and according to the services that you want to offer. So keep in mind, you need the money for the fit out, the renovation, and to cover those months of rent that you won't be operating. You will be paying, but nothing else is going on. Then of course, furniture, equipment, provision of salaries. Of course, we don't want another pandemic, but if something happens or the business is not going as fast as we want it to be, we need to protect our team members first. So at least to have enough money to pay their salaries for 3 months. Meanwhile, we get a little bit more of speed into this business. And then of course, brand imaging. You want to create something that reflects who you are, what is the problem that you're solving, what are you presenting to people, and of course, you want to invest on it. Cool. So, well, basically, I guess we went through all the details and the 4 pillars, as I said, of the method for a business blueprint to be really, really successful. So yes, I guess we can start with Q&A, with bringing some questions. Yes.
Yep, that was fabulous. Thank you so much. I've got Ray and Rania. Do you have any questions before we close? It doesn't look like it.
No questions. All right. Well, for those who are watching this on a reply base, well, if you have any questions, if you would like to share your business ideas with me and somehow I can help you out to boost your business. So this is my Instagram account, Lo Acosta, or the serious one, LinkedIn, Loreana Acosta, my full name. Those are the places where I hang out the most. So of course I will be sharing some content that will be maybe relevant to you guys. And of course, I'm always available for questions and, well, to share ideas here and there.